No deal. None?
I'll let her test it. I'm not going to use it. Well, everybody, welcome to what I hope will be the really fun entertainment part of this event. Hello. When I got to the first meeting of this planning committee for this thing, I said, I don't want to listen to a cellist, and I don't want to listen to poetry reading, and I don't want to watch a movie. I want to laugh because I think we need it. So they said, great, be on the entertainment committee. So, big mouth. I decided that my job would be to find a comic. And it was a long, involved story. Some of you have heard it. There are lots of giggles in it. And I found, lucky me, a woman who I have great stories about and have been told is just a marvelous entertainer. And her name is Karen Williams, and she's here now, and welcome her.
Like, give it up. Okay, so like I'm dealing with my control issues, okay? So you're all gonna like have to move up. The first seats must be filled. Because those are the fuck with you seats. And it's kind of essential that I have people in those seats.
All right, we're here.
Okay. Now this makes me a little nervous here. I don't know who's supposed to be talking. No, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to have a good time. I always come up and I say, I'm not going to curse, I'm not going to do profane things, but you can see I don't stick to all those kind of things. How is everyone?
Great.
I have no idea where the fuck I am. We came from Berkeley, but I got here through LA. Whoever wrote those directions, no, she's hiding her face. No, I love it. I was just doing so many affirmations for you, you know, like, I'm going to kill her, I'm going to kill her. So, could somebody, no, there's still some seats. Come on now. You know, this is a make-believe it's Star Search. You'd be scrambling for those seats. Come on. I will not do, I get paid anyway. Make sure you know about the business. One more car payment I can make this month. Come on now, be brave, adventurous. All you real house, hey, you neighbors back there. Back there knitting at a comedy show. Get your ass up here. Knit one, pearl two. Get your buns down here. Never in my life. Only a bunch of white women would come to an affair and knit. That's so nothing like. Good grief. Gee Willikers. So, now, I know Gee Willikers, that's kind of a new one, isn't it? I kind of like that. This microphone sounds like I am talking. Well, actually, this is how I sound when I'm yelling out of the shower at my kids. It sounds all right with you? What are you doing? Like, I love the way we all look so professional. What the fuck are you doing there? You know, check out the pose. It's like, I'm looking through and I don't see a damn thing. Okay. If nothing else, I'm the tallest comic in show business. So, I like everybody's already ready, prepped. First of all, uncross your legs. Everything has to breathe here. Uncross your legs here. I'm one of those holistic type comics. We're all gonna take a deep breath and what are you doing? You got a date here? Something to do and it's still along? What is it, a nightclub? Get your buns down here, come on. Or I'll start calling your names off those little special badges you have. I have a list of all of you that Sherry sent me here. She was so thorough. Just in case, you know, I wanted to get together with any of you afterwards. Let's see here. In fact, I'm going to call out a couple of names just to fuck with me. You can tell it's a university. She sent me a fucking dossier here. I said, my goodness gracious, who's Vera Romandia? Is she here? That's you? Good. How do you say that again? That's right, correct me. I went to Oakland School. What's that? You got to roll. I can't roll shit. What now? What's your name? What is it? Yeah, Vera. Okay. So, let's see. Susie Barber in here. I have to pick something easy. Susie, where are you? How you doing, Susie? I even know where you work, Susie. Who you were fucking last Tuesday? Let's see. Sherry did a very thorough job. That's another. Who's Valerie Wells? Valerie Wells? She's not here. Valerie gets a demerit. Who are you?
I don't know. My name's Michelle.
Okay, this is a benefit for the homeless tonight. Michelle, you, that's okay.
I'm paid to come here and videotape you.
They pay you, Michelle?
I know.
And that's how you dress for work, Michelle?
I know, but y'all you.
I'd fire your ass, Michelle. You are not dressed for success.
Yeah, big trouble now.
Okay. Let's see. See, I don't care what I say. You are never going to see me again. Maybe Lucky's in Oakland, something like that, but okay, let's see. Who's Maureen Littlejohn? Is that, oh, that's, I knew it. Okay, well, that's enough of that. I don't want to make people nervous. And then she gave me all these codes, what cats means, I wasn't doing this personal on your job or anything, but she was thorough. Thank you so much. I feel like I had to have lots of notes and stuff because, you know, I was going to be talking to people at universities. I assume you're all smart.
Yeah.
That's just an assumption I make. Yes, it is. You're working. Shit. You got to be smart these days to get a job, period. I mean, you know, really. It's kind of intense. You have to excuse me. In the course of my performance tonight, I may space out from time to time. I sincerely hope that you don't hold that against me. I used to be really hard on myself about spacing out, but shit, I'm a busy woman. It's the only free time I have. But what really gasses me, how many of you have, you all have jobs, so that won't work. I was going to say, how many of you have been on a job interview lately? That didn't get any shit, honey. Okay, well, we won't do that. But no, really, seriously, that's when I really space out, you know, really, because you know that they are going to ask you the inevitable. Are you comfy enough?
Yeah, better.
White women, I'll tell you. Okay, so, anyway, it's just that on a job interview, right? I mean, you're sitting there, first of all, you had to borrow clothes. I mean, you've been unemployed for any length of time. You had to borrow clothes to wear to the interview because you couldn't afford to get your shit out of the cleaners. You're sitting there, right, thinking about that one package of top ramen left in your cupboard, and they are going to ask you the inevitable, stupid question. Ms. Williams, why do you want this job? And don't you wish you could tell them? I have one package of top ramen left. And if you don't give me this job, me and my children are going to be little bag people. How does that grab you? Good grief. I don't know, just a minute. I have to file all the shit you gave me. Loaded me down with paper here. That's okay, Sherry. I'm just, it has to be a scapegoat here. I'm there sitting right up front.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
You can sit right up front.
Itchy. Okay, so. No, it really is nice to be here because I have to tell you, it's a relief to get out of Berkeley, California. It is, but I guess you're under the same pressure if any of you live in Santa Cruz, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing we have in common is what? You must be politically correct to live in Berkeley, California. Am I right? I mean, it's a qualification that you are PC to live in Berkeley. And I have to tell you, it's a lot of pressure because I don't always go along with the politics in Berkeley, I have to tell you. First of all, the official shoe in Berkeley, California is the Birkenstock sandal. That has got to be the ugliest shoe in the universe. Thank you. I refuse to be seen in a Birkenstock sandal. And my friends, I have all these feminist friends, they take back the nighters and stuff. They say, but Karen, it's just not political to run around in high heels. I said, I'm from New York City. If somebody's running after me trying to accost me, I'd rather beat them to death with a 3-inch high heel any day. You start beating on somebody with a Birkenstock, they'll think they're getting robbed. I'm not going for it. It's really, really intense. Please don't cover up your mouth. Let the laughter come through. I see you. Yes, yes, don't stay in your body. It's safe here. She just went out the top of her head. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm glad I'm kind of close by. It's a safe environment. But anyway, it is a lot of pressure living in Berkeley because, well, I was reading a Vogue magazine late. Well, you don't actually read Vogue, now, do you? You just kind of flip through the glossy little pages there, and I see the furs are making a comeback. The new fashion statement, I know, usually that gets lots of hisses, see if we're in Berkeley. But no, furs are making a fashion comeback, and I have a little 2% rabbit fur in my closet. So I figured that I'd wear it, and unfortunately, I wore it to the Berkeley Living Foods health food store in Berkeley. When I came out, I was being picketed by the animal rights people. So it really is kind of tough, you know. I call myself a fashion refugee, as you can see here. I don't know, when I was putting together material for tonight, I said, well, these are obviously working women, you know, so I really got a lot of things on my mind about work and the nature of work and all the different kinds of work that I have done, because people come up, well, now that I'm a comic, you know, I think people have a lot of illusions about comic. First of all, they think that we can somehow manage off the $30 or $40 we make a week. Budgeting. Second of all, everybody thinks that you want to hear their dumbass jokes. Everyone from employers to the mailman to, have you heard this joke? No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's really kind of insane. So I was thinking about all the other kind of work that I've done. I was a secretary for about 15 years. Any secretaries here? I can tell you all love your jobs, huh? Yeah, when I was first a secretary, I had a severe attitude problem. Any of you have that? Especially 15 years ago, you know, when feminism was just dawning. And they would say things like, oh, excuse me, we're having a conference here today. Could you make a pot of coffee? The fuck's wrong with your hands? That's really the way I was, you know. As you can tell, I didn't have too many long-term jobs with that attitude. Then for a while, I was a model. Now that's a very interesting vocation because people tend to also glamorize that. Now I knew modeling was in trouble when Brooke Shields got on the cover of Vogue. Do you remember that? She looked like a baby drag queen there. Do you remember that cover? It was kind of sick, wasn't it? Little push-up bra and no titties. It was really... She was all made up to look like a woman, scared the shit out of me, you know. But it was weird. It was weird because, you know, models basically, you know, everybody's like, oh, you're so tall, oh, you're so thin. You know, the anorexia and all that, you know, reveal that, you know, I used to really do some really sick shit. Like, I was a size 3 for years, 5. And I would eat for like 2 or 3 days before a show. You know, just to be able to fit into some little spandex rubber band of a dress. And, there I have my space again. The crystal meth and the acid had a little comeback. It's kind of sad. No, but I went to this informal modeling show at iMagnets one day. I mean, it's not like I shopped at iMagnets. I knew the store was there. I got off the elevator. The woman said, oh, you must be the model we're waiting for. And I wasn't. I was just going to see the show. They pulled me in and dressed me in a $2,500 Jean-Louis dress. And I heard these hisses. You know, the other cats of the models were there, you know. And I used to feel really sorry because it must be terrible to be that fucking insecure. I mean, we're all insecure about the way we look. We just don't like ourselves no matter how we look, right? And then you go on these places like iMagnet, and doesn't it get you that they are like dressed to the nines? Doesn't it get you faces are perfect, clothes are perfect. You know what I mean? And I go into the stores purposely looking like a Miss Fashion statement just to fuck with them. I go to the couturier floor. You ever go up there and see those $2,500, $3,000 dresses? She's actually sitting up there picking her nose all day. Nobody can fucking afford those clothes. So you go up there and you ask to see, you know what's his name, Issei Miyake, and I can never pronounce the shit, so I go up there and I ask for Da Vinci. And the woman comes out and she's fairly drooly, and she says, you mean Givenchy? Givenchy. So I said, well, excuse me, I was educated in Oakland. I didn't know it was you. But is it true that you only make $4.25 an hour? I mean, then I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I made that little dig at another worker. You know, because that's her job. That's kind of fucked up to get paid minimum wage and you got to look like that every day. That's ridiculous. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, I'd rather be like these girls here. Fucking roll out of bed and show up. Is that the height of all natural, huh? It's okay.
You look a lot better than me. I can never look as good as you, so I don't.
This is my job, baby. This beats my job. If I came up here looking like you, they wouldn't pay me. I'm just joking. See, I get accused of that, being a looksist and all that horse shit. I hate Berkeley. I'm moving as soon as I can. Oh boy, oh boy. Where was I? I have notes here that basically tell me to breathe. Because I forget to breathe. And that's the end thing now, breathing. I don't know what the fuck we were doing before people told us to breathe. But it's the end thing now, to breathe. So we all have to breathe. Are you breathing? All of you breathing? That's good, because there'll be some dead asses out there. But yeah, so that's it. And if you're not into politics and you live in Berkeley or I would imagine Santa Cruz, you have to be into the California thing, which is group process. Are we processing the shit out of everything? We don't want to eat processed food, but we'll process each other all fucking night. It's kind of intense to me. Group process. I mean, in Berkeley, an ordinary meeting on the street turns into group process. How are you? How are you really? I want to give you all permission that in 1989, fine will do. I don't give a shit about if you just broke up with your lover, lost your job, your car broke down. That's your fucking problem. Breathe and fix it. In 1989, fine is okay. Tell them I said so. How are you? Fine, and go about your business. Eating you up and shit, telling you all your problems, you be trying to be cool, you know. And then they dump. You know, you got the professional dumpers. You got any friends that just call you up, and you know, oh, here she goes, taking a dump. Send her ass to the restroom. So that's what we take dumps around here, you know. But really, everybody tries to process you these days, and I have any of you fortunate enough to have some teens around. All right, I won't talk about them too much. Depressing. But I have a teen, and he tries to process me, and he goes to Berkeley High where they teach it. So he's always in my shit, you know. I pay the rent in the apartment. I figure I should be able to smoke a cigarette in there every now and then. He starts chanting all around me, face it, Mom, you're addicted, you're addicted, you're addicted, you're addicted. My youngest son comes right to the point, Mom, you're gonna die. So I'm back in the bathroom with the towel under the door, burning incense and smoking out of the bathroom window. Is that fair? I don't know. I said, my goodness. And what is it about teens anyway? We pay for the phones. They use them. Really. And these girls call up. I'm going through this phase now where my son has girls calling up. And I call them the breathless wonders. They all sound post-orgasmic. I said, honey, tell you what. Breathe and then die. Take a deep breath and then dial those 7 numbers, okay? And then they all have these MTV video names. LaShondra, Letitia, LaWanda. I said, whatever happened to hardy names like Brenda, Ruth, Joe, you know what I mean? It's intense. Then I try to talk to my son about things like vanity and purity and morality, and he thinks they're members of a rock band. Just no hope. And I can't believe I'm saying this shit, right? Do you hear yourself sounding like your mother? Ain't that shit frightening? Clean your room now. Why? Because I said so. That's why. You walking around all bad, chest out. Really? Because I said so. So they get too big, don't they? The boys especially, right? I had this little cute little boy. I looked up one day, shit. I actually tried to wrestle with him, you know? That last little ounce of intimidation, even though now they're too smart, aren't they? If you hit me, I'm going to call the authorities and take a seat. You a motherfucker, I feed you. If you call, I know the number of the FBI. You better FBI into your goddamn room and clean it. You know what I'm saying? The shit don't even make no sense. That's how you be talking and Ray like FBI your ass. I mean, that don't make no sense. But you be saying that shit, don't you? It don't make sense. And you be scared your neighbors are listening, you know? FBI your ass. And then all of a sudden you notice everybody's quiet. Our whole neighborhood's out. Hush. You know? And you be ranting and raving and shit. I mean, there's no ranting and raving here, huh? Am I the only one? Yeah, they said that 93% of all us mothers scream. Well, none of us want to cop to it. I don't scream. I don't scream. At work with timid Elmy, you want to tell that boss, kiss my ass. But you don't do that. You go home and you wait for your kids. Clean your goddamn room! Now, because I said so! You know? Go to work. Yes, Mr. Smith. I know. I worked for a long time. You be so tired, it's 4:45, Mr. Smith wants you to Xerox something. 4,500-page document he needs in 3 minutes. I always hated that shit, didn't you? I always thought copying had to be an asshole's chore. Really, don't you hate that? Copying. You actually educated yourself to photocopy. Never got that. I always hated that stuff. Any of you take shorthand?
Oh, yeah.
Why? That's the other monster I couldn't figure out. Why do they have these jobs? First of all, now, if you're looking for a job as a secretary, which I read the ads every now and then, they want you to type, take shorthand, blah, 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 18,000 skills. Competitive salary, that means they ain't paying you shit.
That's right.
Excellent benefits, meaning if you can last not getting paid shit, you might get some benefits. It's intense, it really is intense. And being a secretary, man, it took me years to really feel good about doing that kind of work. You know, it's just that now that I've graduated to a comic, I know it was worthwhile. Because I can laugh about that shit. I lost some jobs over some weird shit. I'm so glad the feminists came through in the 70s. Remember the panic you used to go through 10, 15 years ago if your kid was sick? You'd be trying to prop that kid up just to sit in the school. You're not really sick, kid's dying, delirious. Oh, fuck, I can't miss my job. Yeah, it was really some sad stuff. Even now, I mean, Berkeley has one program called the Berkeley Sick Child Care Center, meaning if your child is sick, you can take it to the center. You know? But you hear mothers talking together on the bus. We don't ever make issues. You know, it's something about a woman that's really intense, because when we get together, we jam, right? It ain't even about can we talk. It's about more mouths, all right? We get together, what are you trying to do now? It don't talk. Okay. And it's like, okay, that's all my control shit. I was powerless when I was a child. Now I run everything.
What?
Oh, was that your ear? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was trying to mess with her. That's terrible. Her little hair said, swoop. She looked like Orphan Annie. Okay, well, let me die. I don't want to talk about work anymore. It's kind of depressing. No, it's not really depressing. We have to work. That's just the way it is, right? That's what they tell us anyway. Oh, I don't know. What do I want to talk about now? Let me just think. This is so much fun, just being able to be here. I had so many fucking anxiety attacks about coming here. I really did, because I said, well, you know, we're going to be out in the middle of nowhere. Really, we are out in the middle of nowhere. And it reminds me of, how many of you can? See, only in California. I'm from New York. New Yorkers don't camp. We barely go outside. But I love Californians because they love to camp. And my friends used to get on my case because the first time I went camping, it's a true story, true story. I wore my high heels. The little come fuck me pump type, you know. Flip-flop type. And I brought my clothes from the cleaners in the bags. I didn't have no tent. I didn't have no sleeping bag. I didn't have no food. I didn't have no flashlight. But I had my high heels and my clothes in the cleaners bags. I don't know where I thought I was going. My friends were cracking up there. I was walking over my clothes, walking over the rocks and shit, oh shit. Went in the little bathrooms, you know how they have the little public toilets there? Saw something furry scurry by. I didn't pee for about 4 days. I was not going back in that bathroom. So it really interests me when people like to camp, because I don't get it. I'm not coming out of the comfort of my home to spend 8 hours trying to put up a fucking tent. Especially them dome tents. I'm a tent coordinator. I bring the refreshments while y'all are trying to put that tent up. I bring the water and, you know, moral support. And then once you have the tent up, I'm the tent interior designer. I have that inside that tent looking like a Maui condo. I don't do nothing else when I'm camping. I do hotel real well. That's my specialty. Fold back my sheets. Give me a clean towel. I don't even mess up the room, you know, so you have something to do. I don't understand camping. I was kind of sad, you know, because I'm not getting to go to the Michigan Festival this year, you know, and then I thought, fuck that. I don't want to be camping. Plus you get too dirty. I don't like to be dirty. I talk dirty, but I don't. No showers, dirt all up in your nails. What makes you feel natural? Run around naked in your apartment. Good substitute. Save all that wear and tear on your car. I mean, you actually get in your car and go for like 5, 6, 8, we going camping. Get out there and be treating your kids the same way. People in other tents here. Clean up that fucking shit! Because that's got to be a doozy, to go camping with your kids. Why? Why? They come back with toasted marshmallow matted in their hair and shit. I don't get it. I really don't get it. For real, because kids do shit like that, don't they? Weird. I took my son camping. I mean, he was like one big, you know, marshmallow puff, melted, and marshmallows everywhere. How many of you had a happy, I had to breathe just a minute. Yeah, I could feel it in my head there. It's hard having been an old druggie. I can actually identify the little spaces there where the speed collects. It's okay. They laugh. I survived the 60s. Some of us didn't. Oh, you did too? So you identify, is that it? Is that why you're sitting there picking your nose or what? Jesus. You do odd things when you used to use a lot of drugs, huh? I still have a tendency to run up on alongside mailboxes and try to pick them up thinking they're hitchhikers. Then I look around, oh shit, did anybody see me? I'm still paranoid as crazy. What was that noise? Oh, excuse me, I live in an apartment now. I'm not outside, you know? It's weird, it's hard getting over all that old shit. But I don't know, did any of you have a happy childhood? just thought yeah, because a friend of mine, Linda Moats, you know, she cracks me up because she says, you know, Instead of saying dysfunctional families, why we should just say one word, families. That would cover it all. But I said that joke somewhere and a guy said I was being pessimistic. There are some happy families and happy people in the world, and I nodded along with him because I'm a co. But I don't really believe it. But I mean, as a teen, didn't you hate your teenage years? Weren't they really really just strange? You just felt, I was so tall, you know? I was always at the end of the line. I felt like, I came home crying once to my father. I felt like an orangutan. I felt like my arms were swinging below my knees. It was awful. And I was so skinny. I mean, I heard every skinny joke in the book. And I was so stupid, you know, really. I mean, I was like really just kind of a dumb kid, because the kids would say things like, hey, Karen, what are those strings hanging from your skirt? And I used to look down. Oh, it's your legs. Oh, you're so skinny you can ice skate on the edge of a razor blade. Stupid shit, you know. And I'd run home crying to my parents, you know, because the boys would do really dumb things like run up behind me and try to pull on my bra strap. I lost more Fruit of the Loom undershirts that way. It's pitiful. And I'd run home to my parents trying to get some encouragement, you know. My father would tell me the story of the ugly duckling. Now, I knew there was a moral to that story somewhere, but I had a hard time getting past the word ugly, you know what I mean? He said, Karen, when you're in your 20s, you're gonna have all these tits, all these hips. I was 36 this year. And if they're coming, they're probably gonna be in a Fredericks of Hollywood box. Really, so now my friends just tease me. They really do. They tease me because they say, oh, there's Karen with her come fuck me pumps. I love to wear high heels. These are my latest pair. I'm Agnes. Couturier section. But I have to tell you about come fuck me pumps in the 80s. I hate to wear them without my Just Say No t-shirt. The times they are changing, you know, because I have, is that girl there falling asleep? Honey, is it late for you? Everybody turns down, look. And what is your name? With the iridescent badge. No, I love that. People are, we're so polite. I love it. Women, especially. She's thinking about doing her wash tomorrow. But I mean, really, we act like Nancy Reagan had a brainstorm there with just say no, just say no. Shit, she's been sleeping with Ronald Reagan for years. That's a habit. That really gasses me, just say no. And look who's in office now, Mom Parkell. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, they're selling you on that folksy, homey shit. I ain't buying it. No, really, Barbara Bush makes her own fashion statements. I mean, any minute now, we're all going to be running around in house shoes and dusters. I can see it, dyeing our hair silver. Oh, how many of you are fresh air freaks? Any fresh air freaks here? Are you? Do you have a resentment? See, I have a resentment about fresh air freaks. I really do. Because you're in the car, right? And you seem like you always mate with someone, if you're not a fresh air freak, who likes the window open, blowing your quaff. Don't you hate that? You spent 29 minutes there moosing your shit. The person rolls the window down his way. Any of you have moose on out here in Asilmar? Or you left that shit at home, huh? That's only for work. That's why I like white women, because they moose their hair. Black people put that shit on their hair, it impairs their hearing. Really, shit can't get through your hair with mousse on it. I'm sorry, do you put mousse on your hair? Look, she's out of her body. Look, this one right here. With the red spot, look right. Hello? Hello? Am I making eye contact? See, I like nice people. I don't have to be profane, like, sit your ass down, you know, things like that. Things you have to do in clubs, I'll tell you, it's kind of wild. Especially all them wild drinking men. Are there any men in here? Are you in drag, sir? Just checking. He had coming out of the top of his head. I love California. You know why? Go ahead, say why.
Why?
Slow on the response. Okay. I love California.
Why?
Because everybody's into health food. Almost everybody, huh? Did you like that brown rice shit they served over there? What was that? Gumby's remains. What was that? I couldn't quite get to it. No, it's really kind of sad. Everyone's into health food, really. And this thing called California cuisine. What is that? It leaves you starving and hungry. Lettuce leaves are not a full meal in and of themselves. You need other things, okay? And people tell you things, because we're all working girls here, right? Your friends call you up and say, let's do lunch. So you don't eat all morning and then you go to have lunch, right? And what do they have? Oh, I'll just have a yogurt. Oh, I'll just have tofu. What is tofu? Leftover sponge. Leftover? Recycled sponge. Bean curd, my ass. Then for dessert, they have a little handful of trail mix. What is that? So I said to myself, maybe it's a class thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up poor. I'm trying to get to a point where I eat steak as many times as possible. Really, I want to go to a restaurant and have the little wait person say, you know, appetizer. Oh no, I'll have a steak. After dinner mint. Oh no, I'll have a steak. Really, and then you get the real fanatics. No sugar. How many of you had sugar in your milk when you were kids? None of you had that? My people are from the islands and they do that. Most island people do. They grow sugar cane. I have to always educate people. Anyway, no, it's hard. It's different being culturally different in this country because white people make you think that their way is the only way. So if they say no sugar, we're all nervous now. I mean, I feel guilty when I bite into a Snickers. It's good as shit, ain't it? A Snickers is good. All them peanuts all gummied up in your teeth, the caramel sticking for about 3 hours, that's why you ain't hungry. It takes about 3 hours to dissolve in your teeth. And all that sugar floating down, it kills your appetite till lunch. So have one about 10, you'll make it. But really, no sugar, and then you get these fanatics that say no whole grains. What is holding your ass together? No whole grains? But where I really put my foot down are with the people that say no preservatives. I say, wait, hold it just a minute. We live in the threat of a nuclear holocaust. I am not going up in a tofu poof. I want as much steak and preservatives holding my thin ass together as possible. Thank you very much. No preservatives, please. Had any Jell-O lately? People don't eat Jell-O anymore, remember? I had one of them Jell-O moms. We had Jell-O with fruit in it, Jell-O mold, Jell-O, I mean, you know, striped Jell-O. Jell-O, Jell-O, Jell-O. One of those 50s moms, right? Did you have a Campbell's soup, Mom?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
She baked cookies and all that shit?
She did that. She opened cans real good.
She opened cans real good. We're so critical of that. She opened cans. No gratitude. We ate. That's how fundamental I am today. Don't like the food? We ate. We're all so picky now, right? She opened cans real good. She did. You know, it's like, geez. That was, I mean, because really, I'm sympathetic to my mom because I'm raising my children on minute rice and top ramen. Really. I mean, we didn't eat minute rice and top ramen when we grew up, did we? No, I mean, really, because first of all, and if you think about the mothers of old, okay, I mean, when people lived on farms and shit like that, right? The woman rose early to prepare breakfast for the family, right? Had to milk the cows, churn the butter, get the fresh eggs, slice beef, do all this shit, making biscuits, you know, putting the fruit out, all that stuff. The people came and ate it in 5 minutes, and then she had to wash the breakfast dishes. Then it was time for lunch. Then she had to do this whole process all over again, slice meats for lunch, boiling potatoes, stewing tomatoes, right? Churning some more butter. Then she washed the lunch dishes. It was time for dinner. Then she was making biscuits and baking pies, and then she washed them dishes. Fuck that, I make minute rice, okay? I can't even believe it, all the things and them labor-saving devices, right? How many of you have a VCR? That's a labor-saving device. Keeps your ass from sitting there all day and watching TV. Now you just take the shit. I go to people's houses, they have VCRs in every room. Is that sick? You feel guilty? I know, because she's got about 12, right? I went in the bathroom just in case. I take the toilet being flushed. How much toilet paper is being used? I don't know, it's kind of a weird society we live in now. I can't figure this shit out. I don't try. I have to breathe. I just have to breathe. But then I get excited and I start going out of the top of my own head. That could be dangerous. How many of you are working mothers? I think a lot of working mothers here. How's about that for redundancy in the English language? All mothers work. But the English language is like that because people do strange things with English, don't we? Like how many of you made New Year's revolutions? Now, I actually have people say shit like that. I made a New Year's revolution, right? I mean, I was showing this woman an apartment, and she said to me, "Excuse me, are these blinds velour?" Now, I knew she meant levelour, but when she left the apartment, I went over just to touch her to make sure they wasn't fuzzy. Just... people be fucking up with English, you know? Cracks me up. English as our first language. New idea. All of you married and some of you dating, any of you dating, I'm like this. Now it's time to become, I'm a member of the Bay Area Dish Dolls. Can we dish? Any of you dating in the 80s? Okay, like, I'll try again. Any of you fucking in the 80s? Slightly more pressing question. No, really, it's like dating is really weird. Huh? So none of you are dating. What are you, all married ladies? All divorced? What are you, celibates? What is this group? We are in a chapel, but fuck, help me. I don't want to be sacrilegious and talk about doing it, you know. Any of you do it? Oh, she raised her hand. Oh, thank goodness, one person does it. A girl after my own heart. It's going to be quiet here tonight, Miss Lamar. And if you do it alone. I'll be listening. I've got nothing else to do here tonight. Wandering around here, spider. I have some extra pornographic stuff if you need it. No, just kidding. I know that's, you can't use those words these days in the 80s. All right, so back to the question. That was just a warm-up. Any of you dating? I need rigorous honesty. No? Nobody's dating? What are you, all terrified? You're liars. You're in denial. You're dating, but you're not really. Is that it? God, I can't believe it. Okay, I'll go on with the fucking routine, okay? I don't know. Well, I'll hand you this tip. Call 976-DATE. It really works. It really works. Keep calling. It works. So, a friend of mine called and she finally got herself a date, you know? And she called me up for advice. That might seem kind of funny, but in my circle, I do know a few things. But she said to me, "Karen, you know, like, I really don't know what to do on the first date. I mean, I'm not, would you stop that fucking knitting back there?" She says, "No. That's why I like to feel your power." White woman telling me no. See, times have changed. Okay, so anyway, used to be just being black was enough. processing in the middle of my act? You can knit if you like. It's a free country. So they tell me. Okay, so anyway. No, so she called me up and she says, Karen, you know, I'm going on this date. I don't quite know what to do, you know. And I said, hey, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. I don't really worry about sex too much on the first date. Really, I don't. I have my definite do's and don'ts. I don't want to cook on the first date. Serious square business, okay? Because, like, if you're having sex with someone on a regular basis, you can get out of it, right? Oh, I have a headache. Get out of it. You start cooking. Major surgery. They want to hear those pots and pans clattering. Am I right? You're looking, you think the eyes are saying, I'm lovesick, I need you. They're saying, feed me, I'm hungry. So on the first day, I tell them, I won the top ramen cook-off. 1.5 minutes from stove top to tabletop. Now I know it takes 5 minutes and it's still a little crunchy. But once they start picking those noodles out of their teeth, they'll take you out to dinner. Works every time. So try that. That's my little tip there. I like that. Well, but times have changed, haven't they? Remember when you used to invite friends over and just kind of sit around and maybe pop popcorn in the fireplace? What do you do now? Invite your friends over and you all stare in the microwave window? I hate that microwave popcorn, don't you? Oh, you like, I always burn this shit. No, really, because it says between 3 and 5 minutes. And I usually space out about 3.5 minutes. And I smell the shit burn. You be trying to peel the burn from the bag, it's a mess. It's really a mess. I have to breathe again, excuse me. You can all take a breath too. Nice breathing this unpolluted air, huh? Your lungs will be fucked up tomorrow. Really, it doesn't pay. Too much health stuff. How many of you are addicted to something? Oh, all of you raise your hands. We're all addicted to shit. This society keeps you addicted, don't it? Really, it does. Even the music on the radio. I'd rather die than let go. Let go. Trust me. It's not worth it. Really. Really. I want to make love to you every minute of every day of every... Please, when do you work? When do you sleep? Eat? Important things to do. I can't live a day without you. What? That is sheer madness. We ought to be beating the radio. Take that shit off it. Get this off the radio. They have us really thinking, you know, I can't live a day without... Do you feel that way about anyone in your life? I can't. But we sing it, and then you can really, when I'm in my car, I can't live a day without... You know, you've been getting down, really feeling it, and then you say, who the fuck am I talking about? It make no sense. But, I mean, they got you going, right? Feeding on your addictions. Then they have all these perfumes to feed on your addictions as well. Please stop yawning in the middle of my act. Just kidding, just kidding. She looks guilty. I think she's kind of cute. No, people are cute. It's like she's a total denial. I'm young. Eat that yawn. Is this late for all of you working girls? What do you do? Go to bed after Cosby? So happy that black people are doing well in America. Who believes that shit, huh? I don't know. But anyway, they have all these perfumes to feed your addictions, like obsession. Then they came out with this one called passion. I'll tell you, people lie, because as soon as you say passion, what do we think of? We think of sex or love, hot stuff. I never feel quite as passionate as when I'm in the throes of PMS. I am passionate once a month. I will rip your head off your shoulders. My children know it. They really do. My son will come in. He will not know that I'm premenstrual. He will make a simple, ordinary request. Mom, when is dinner? I then launch into a soliloquy on the dialectics of feminism and the subjugation of women through the enslavement to the drudgery of housework. In other words, fuck no! I ain't making dinner, go to Burger King. I mean, it's just really intense. I mean, when I started reading about, women who committed all kinds of crimes, I wanted to be on those juries. I'd set them all free. I think you can do almost anything when you're premenstrual. Oh, I don't want to go on and on. The man came out to taking notes. That's why women shouldn't be in politics. Just kidding. You have to be so careful what you say. People hold things against you. I've been reading those articles about the women on the baby track, how we're doomed. Ah, damn. Mommy track, as we call it, the mommy track. Boy, oh boy. You know what I mean? We are holding up half of this motherfucker. And they still got tracks and all kinds of things for us to go on. Why don't they just leave us alone, pay us a little bit better, pay us to stay, you know what I'm saying? And we'd be fine. No problems at all, I think. Any of you have charge cards? That's the problem. See, they keep us poor and then we keep charging. Okay, so. But anyway, I saw this little thing and I knew I could believe it because it's in the Parade Special Intelligence Report. So I figured it was a reliable source to share with all of you. The 5 top earning women in showbiz. And I thought this would make white people a little bit nervous. Because the top 3 are black. Oprah Winfrey, Tina Turner, and Whitney Houston. The white girls are Madonna and Jane Fonda. The top, males are what? Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy there. So I think you all ought to sign up for the racism workshops real quick. We're about to take over. Now, I like the way white people always laugh when I say that. Underneath that, aren't you just a little scared? She shakes her head. No. I was thinking about them 40 acres and a mule, you always anyway. But anyway, I could use 40 acres. 40 acres is a lot of land. You know that? That's why I really get this shit. Okay, so. But anyway, I brought a couple other things to share with you, and when I was going through my little fashion stuff, I want to scare you all to death. Bell bottoms are coming back. Isn't that frightening? I just thought we could really get away without them for a while. But I bought this book. Any of you been dealing with your fears lately? No, we're not going to process tonight. That was just a simple question. Yes or no? No? You don't have no fears?
No, we're not dealing with them.
No, you're not dealing with them. Because no, really, because I was kind of nervous, and I went and I bought this book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, and I was scared to read it. Really, I didn't open the book for about 3 months. I said, damn, I felt the fear in the book, I was like, scared me. So I was going to read this to you to just see, because I said I was thinking about some things with work, and I was wanting to see if any of you could identify with this, okay? So it says, I'm really angry at my boss for not including me in this meeting this morning. He really doesn't appreciate all the work I do for him. Now, if you feel the resentment growing, just take breaths. The others spend their day loafing, and they get invited to the meeting. Maybe I'll try loafing and see if he likes that better. It really doesn't pay to give your all to a job. You never get rewarded for all the hard work. She's not. It just pays to be a big manipulator like all the rest. She nods, a big nod there, okay. An honest hard worker is just not appreciated anymore. I'll show him. I'll look around for another job. But the job market is so lousy right now, I'll never find anything. I wish I had completed my master's degree, then I'd have a better chance. I'm really stuck here. It's not meant to be that serious, ma'am. There is humor here. She's wondering if she should leave now and go get the want ads. No, it's okay. I'm really stuck here. No one is hiring people over 40 anymore. It's all in who you know. If my parents had money, I would have been able to socialize with people who had some clout. I had that resentment for a long time. Not many people with clout in the ghetto. I really feel used. I can't believe they excluded me from the meeting. Who does he think he is? This kind of thing always happens to me. Now, did any of you identify with that? No one identified? Or you have to raise, you can't raise your hands? Are there bosses here? Are there bosses here? Yeah. Okay. Fuck the rest of this. All right. I don't want nobody going back and saying, now, this is an affirmation that I do, so if you are feeling that way, let's all take a deep breath. We'll do it together. Because this feels like a rather affirming place. A chapel and all. I can feel the energy here, shifting and changing, can't you? I feel rather holistic right about now, if not downright fucking holy. So repeat after me in your most buoyant voice. I like that word, don't you? Buoyant. Makes me think of titties rising, but buoyant. Okay. I am powerful and I am loved. You like that one? Don't laugh. That's what you get when you hire a Berkeley comic. A little consciousness raising along with it. Take your hands off your mouth and say it. Look, I like that. See, oh, I get such a thrill when people do what I say. Okay, so say this now. I am powerful and I am loved.
I am powerful and I am loved.
I am powerful and I am loving.
I am powerful and I am loving.
You're supposed to say it like you fucking believe it, right? I know you beat your husband up, but say it. I am powerful and I am loving.
I am powerful and I am loving.
I am powerful and I love it.
I am powerful and I love it.
I love it power, not it what you think. What happens when I have to play to an audience of sluts? Gee, you say the it word, do it, whatever, they just out of the body. I just don't know. Then I found this other little book here. I mean, I was really searching. I said, I want the women here to... Hello? Are you being manic or depressive? I'm scared right now. You, are you in your body? Are you okay? Did that make you contemplative? Do you feel powerful? You have to think about it. Your eyes crossed. Just try saying it at home. It really does work. Say it before you beat your kids. I should talk about this. I mean, these words, it's hard, isn't it? Now, you can't even reprimand your kid anymore. I wanted to swap my kid because he was getting ready to have a tantrum. Now, 10 years ago, you could beat your kid in the supermarket, nobody gave a fuck. He deserved it! Now you swap them, kids destroy the complete grocery store, don't they? And you get rid, I'm going to report you. I hate that stuff. They're taking over, and I'm afraid of that. The world is already being handled by people who can't handle the job, all right? So we don't need kids fucking it up worse. Okay. So this was a book called Winning at Work. Don't we all want to win at work? She shakes her head. You don't give a shit about it, huh? Give me the paycheck. I want when I get paid. Wouldn't it be nice to get paid for not working? Did someone say something negative? I'm so positive and powerful that I don't hear negative things. Bitch. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, so, was that cute? Kind of catty, shitty, huh? Yeah, I took lessons. Okay, so, Winning at Work, a book for women. The woman there has a little medal. It's nothing but some garbage and hype, but I thought I would. For instance, it says, I also noticed that women aren't as trusting of other women as they are of men. How much do we really trust men? There about 55 wars going on as we speak. And we ain't fighting them. All right, so they don't believe me when I tell them that the company perks and benefits offset a lower salary. Ha! Perk my ass, pay me. Now, pay is about the best perk you can get. Women also tend to be far more guarded about themselves than men. Do you find that? We tell everything we know. To everyone we know, we'll tell someone else. You ever have someone come up to you to tell you something that's confidential and you already know? It's fun, baby. You have to sit there like, I had no idea. It's how you going. Now keep it up, keep it up. Keep up that only ass act. Really? Oh, I had no idea. It's kind of like the same face you get when you know you've cut someone off on the freeway and you have to get like cardboard stiff. Now you are sitting in the middle of the intersection for 22 minutes, but you do not move your head. We are funny, aren't we funny? I mean, sometimes, my added shit comes out so intense. Like, I found myself doing really crazy things. Like, I told a friend, I was driving behind this woman and she slowed down like she was obviously fucking with me while she was driving, and then she gave me the finger. I chased her from Berkeley to Oakland. And I think I'm a responsible person. I mean, so you just can't figure shit out. It's crazy. I had to dump that on you. Okay, so. Let's see. What other little dumb things does it say in this book? Oh, I like this one the best. I believe that dedication, I want you all to stick your fingers in your mouth. I believe that dedication is all that's needed for advancement within your company. I mean, I highlighted that and underlined it, okay? Maybe double tick. Because in the same book, true to, the whole thing, this woman was very dedicated. For 2 years, Hope made her job at an engineering firm her life. That's my goal. To make my job my life. I'm such a boring, uninteresting person that I need to make my fucking job my life. She worked late every night, yet in spite of her devotion and dedication to her job and her loyalty to her boss, she was the first employee to be fired when the firm lost its contract. Oh. Her boss was having an affair with his secretary. Why is it always the secretary? Secretary does not mean slut. No, really, why are they always having an affair? Is that true? Is that why? I never had an affair with any of my bosses. They were all assholes. Okay, so, her boss was having an affair with his secretary, and the woman who felt threatened by Hope had been able to use her influence to make sure Hope was fired. 15 years later, Hope still feels that this rejection was somehow personal rather than political. Wow, Hope, your denial was real thick. It was fucking personal, Hope. Wake up. 15 years she had a resentment. I'm just simple. I would have gone to the bitch's house and shot her. But this is called winning at work. Any of you out there have a problem on your job? Just wait 15 years. It'll clear up. Go Xerox something. You'll feel better. I don't know. one more thing about fear, since none of you are scared, I just thought I'd share this with you. Because this book assures us that there's nothing new about fear. So if you're feeling afraid, join the rest of us. Because after all, Alfred Hitchcock was afraid of policemen. Doesn't that make you feel good? And Howard Hughes, as we all know, was very afraid of germs. Albert Camus was phobic about driving a car. And Freud was fearful of travel. Now, this is called Winning at Work, a book for women. Alfred Hitchcock, Howard Hughes. Freud was fearful of travel. Freud was fearful, period. Freud was scared of pussy, okay? I don't know about travel. It's like, make us seem stupid. Okay. I don't know, because I was a teen when I read all that penis envy shit. I didn't envy that. Oh, really? If you ask most girls, do they envy that thing? Who wants to be controlled by that? It does the thinking for you? What the fuck is this for? Really? It would be a hell of a dilemma to decide which head to use. Really? It would be a hell of a dilemma to decide which head to use. We don't have that problem. Okay, they said I'm a feminist comic. I can't help it. I just did that. So, I don't know, what time is it? Am I like, I don't want people to do, huh? Time? Okay, but I just wanted, like, I asked people to move up, so like I want to ask them to. I wanted to ask people something, just like, no, really, don't get me nervous or anything. It's just that, did your mother say like really stupid things when you were growing up? Well, yeah, we had that in common, huh? Well, like my mother used to say, I mean like stupid sayings, like she used to say, gee, I haven't seen my friend Barbara since Hector was a pup. You know, like I spent most of my youth trying to figure out who the fuck is Hector. They just say things like that, you know? And our culture has things like pure as the driven snow. They call that slush in New York. I mean, what is that, pure as the driven snow? So, you know, we have that. So, do you remember any things that your mom said that were like stupid? Because like, here's your chance. You can like say, Mom, that was really stupid, and I told everyone, so I don't have to carry this around. Because I stopped saying it since Hector was a pup, ever since I started sharing that with people. Because I would say things like, you haven't cleaned your room since Hector was a pup. So I have two kids wandering around and they go, who the fuck is Hector? So, do you have any things like that? Yeah, you can.
Your mom ever say, you're going to break your neck if you do this?
You're gonna break your neck. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. How is your neck? It survived. It really did survive. Yeah, anybody else think of anything? What?
My mom would say, don't eat with long teeth.
Yeah, like, that is so stupid. There's nothing to say about it. What a long teeth. Huh? So she fucked you up so much you figured it out. Yeah, right. So I'll make sure I don't do that. Anybody else think of anything that your mom said that would... And what did your mom say?
That it wasn't ladylike to walk over the things on the sidewalk that go down to the basement, to walk around them.
Oh, the grates.
Or the doors, you know, the doors that
Oh,
open.
you shouldn't walk on them?
It's not, yeah.
Were they?
I didn't walk on it.
All of you who don't date, walk on those things. I don't like them because they fuck up your high heels. Really, in San Francisco, your feet get, so I walk out of shoes. I mean, they're cool. Oh, shit. Okay, so anybody else think of something their mother said? Because mothers always say things.
When they get spanked, it always said, no, it really hurts me more than it
Yeah, I was one of those kids that would say to me, bullshit. It's unfortunate that he's my kid, but I raised him that way. He's the same one that threatens to call the authorities. She told me to go to hell. I was already in hell, so. Anybody else? What, you all had like really nice moms? College degree moms. They didn't say stupid things. All the pressure, what did your mom say?
She had some time bomb remarks that take you a couple of seconds. There's one. It says, when you're doing something that's so stupid, it's like building an airplane in the basement.
Yeah. No, you write that one down. And you send that to her. With no return address. Let me figure that shit out now. Is she old? Say, write down all this stuff. Because when my mother heard that, I laughed about the heck there's a pup. She didn't realize she had said it her whole life. It's a part of it. Anybody else? You all had nice, healthy moms?
Make a face across your eyes. It's going to freeze them.
Yeah, you do look a little odd. I was wondering, I didn't want to point it out though from the stage. That's terrible, right? Big mom said. Anybody else? I know your brains are all churning. Oh, from the back there. Yes?
My mom used to say your eyes are bigger than your stomach.
But yeah, and that's kind of weird because I say that to my kids. Because he wants, well, I let him eat ice pops for breakfast. Well, it's cold and it's quick. Then you can eat it on the way to school. I'm busy, you know. I figure this way, they won't remember what they ate. Do you remember what you ate when you were a kid? Because you ate shitty stuff like oatmeal. He's gonna remember ice pops. He's gonna love me. That's my logic, see? My mother made cream. I hate cream of wheat to this day. Had lumps as big as your heart now. Really, I cannot eat. It's like cream of wheat touches my lips fall away. Because she didn't make it smooth. And you couldn't ask your mother for food the way you wanted it, could you? My son looks at the stuff, he goes, the vegetables are too hard. The meat's not done enough. I need some sauce for the spaghetti. I'm like, shut up, eat it. You didn't give your mother a request. My mother couldn't cook. And if you have a mother that couldn't cook, and you had to eat that shit, it's terrible. Really, I mean, and my kids now though, I mean, they're so used to eating like ice pops and hot ramen and stuff. It's like I made some gravy, both my kids said, what's the brown shit on my food? They're kind of scared. You know, this is anything that's on the stove longer than 5 minutes. So, really, so, anybody else's mom? Say, what did your mom say? Oh, you made your mom say cook? Oh, you were raising your hand about the fact she couldn't cook, huh? What was the worst thing she made?
Oh, no, but she disguised it with raisins.
So what is, yeah, I never figured that out. What was that supposed to be? Like you couldn't tell a lump of oatmeal from a raisin. Gee. I mean, they raised us like we were like impaired. Retarded and impaired. And you know fucking lump from a raisin. In fact, just skip the raisins. Give me the lump. It's bad, huh? He did. Yeah, maybe if I do that, I'll have my own shop. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, well, that's enough bragging on the moms now, because you're all gonna go home and feel guilty about all that dumb shit you're saying to your kids now.
Right.
So we, you know, because we don't come up with too much new. I have to be very careful doing this. Like, no time I'm like ladylike. But I'm gonna close real soon, but I just want to ask, how many of you have old cars out there? Any old cars? Are you all working people? I'm sure the fucking cars are old, huh? So who can afford it?
They're mostly back to school. We came on a bus.
Old cars.
Yes,
You own an old car?
several.
What year is your car?
69 Volkswagen bus.
I look for she says it's Volkswagen. Where are you from?
San Francisco.
That's what I thought. Okay, so. Just kidding. Anybody else have old cars here? What do you have?
73 Volkswagen and 67 VW Camper.
So you took the bus.
The Volkswagen Squareback.
It still rides? You what? You run alongside one. Well, anybody else? What do you have?
70 Chevy Nova.
That's, yeah, they were kind of a little bit hit, those Novas. Is it like you holding the doors when you drive away? The doors were fucked up, you know, but yeah, but it still rides?
Yeah, right nice.
You would say that because you're still riding it. That's how we always have old cars. We're almost defensive, right? I have a 68 Rambler. Okay, so it's not my fault it goes from 0 to 60 in 20 minutes. I can't help it, all right? But what really gets me is when my friends who don't have cars, I give rides in my car, they try to criticize my car. They say, hey, Karen, what's that noise I hear? I said, it's a noise you don't hear when you're walking. Anyway, my name is Karen Williams. You've all been great. Thank you very, very much.